Hey guys, today I wanted to talk a little bit about what's important to me and I guess what's important to you as well. So, over the past week and a bit, I've been a little bit sick. More specifically, I had gastro. And as bad as it is, the worst part of it all was not being able to do the things that I would normally do. Not being able to engage in my daily routine, going to the gym, hanging out with my friends, eating my favorite foods, even going to work. So after, feeling a little bit sorry for myself and sulking as a lot of us tend to do when we're, ill, I started to reflect and think about why are the things that I want to do so important to me in the first place? Because in that moment in time, while I was unwell, the only thing I really wanted to do was to get better. Suddenly, going to the gym, eating my favorite foods, hanging out with my friends, it wasn't as important. It was a secondary thought at best. The thought of getting better, the idea of getting better, was the only thing I was concerned about. That got me thinking. We often catastrophize about not being able to do the things that we set out to do in our days or the things that we expect to do. For example, a lot of us who work out, we might feel that by missing a workout, we're suddenly going to lose all of our muscles or we're going to fall behind significantly in some way. When in reality, we all know this really isn't true. If anything, taking that day off, that rest day, might actually beneficially impact our muscle growth and our fitness journey altogether. So the question I started to ask myself is, why do you place the level of importance on these things in the first place? The time that we have in our day is finite after all. Around the biological needs of sleeping and eating, and most of us working 9 to 5, we only have a relatively small amount of time to fit in leisurely social activities. Hanging out with your friends, reading a book, watching a movie, playing some games, working out. There's not really enough time to do all of those things, or to do all of those things to the level that we would want to, at least. And these, expectations we place on ourselves tend to be the reason why we stress ourselves out, or the reason why we have so much stress in our day about not being able to do everything, not being able to achieve everything. We're the ones who have set our day out for ourselves. We're the ones who generally say, I need to do this, this, and this. So by placing those potentially unrealistic expectations on ourselves, we add to the unnecessary stress of our daily lives. I started to think about, how can I best address this situation? What could I possibly do? And I thought that potentially looking at prioritizing the things in my day, everything we do because we want to or we need to do it. But prioritizing them in order of importance, and I guess both in terms of need and wants, as well as managing our time, can help us alleviate this pressure that we largely place on ourselves. Something that you and I could both potentially look at doing is listing out the things that we tend to do or want to do in a day, and think about the consequences of not doing it at all. So imagine you weren't able to do the thing that you set out to do for whatever reason. What are the consequences of that, both positive and negative? By doing this, I think you'll quickly come to realize that the outcome of not doing that thing, for example, the outcome of not going to the gym, is not the end of the world. You're not going to die. You're not going to lose all of your muscles. You're not going to lose all of your fitness in one day. More often than not, we catastrophize. We make the outcome or the negatives seem a lot worse than it actually is. And once you've made this list of pros and cons of the things that you tend to do in your day, you can start to plan out your rest of your day, the rest of your week even. But by knowing the facts, by knowing the reasons why you might do something or might not do something, this gives you more power to create a day that you have deemed important. After all, everything that you have listed, everything that you put into your day, you have deemed necessary and essential. So there isn't any reason why you shouldn't be doing it anyway. Of course, life isn't as predictable as we'd like it to be. You know, things happen, plans change. For example, your tire might pop on the road, car might break down, or something similar might happen to a family member or a friend, and you might be obliged to go and help them. But at the end of the day, this is still a choice that you make. It's still something that you do because it is important to you in some way or another. You know, in this example, we all want to be a good friend, so we do it anyway. And although that might take away from our daily schedule of going to the gym, preparing our dinner, reading a book, we tend to be flexible. And I guess that's just life. It's about choosing the things that you want to do and fulfilling yourself the way you want. Yeah, so that's the thought that I had today. Let me know what you thought of this video. Leave a comment down below. Any feedback, constructive or otherwise, is most welcome. A like and dislike is also most welcome. If you want me to cover a topic, let me know and I'll try and do so. So most importantly, look after yourselves, look after each other, and have a lovely day.